You're on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to UTP News, a Boise State University television production. Today is Monday, April 1st, 2013. I'm Nicole Pineda. Johnson & Johnson has created a revolutionary new diabetes drug. Invokana, which was recently approved by the FDA, works to lower blood sugar by flushing excess sugar out in the patient's urine. It is intended for people who have type 2 diabetes. People with type 2 diabetes are unable to break down carbohydrates because they do not produce enough insulin, or sometimes because they are insulin resistant. The disease also makes people more prone to heart attacks, kidney problems, blindness, and other health concerns. Patients often require multiple drugs in order to function normally. The new drug works by blocking the kidneys from reabsorbing sugar. So far, side effects include yeast infection, urinary tract infection, and sudden drops in blood pressure, which can cause dizziness and fainting. Type 2 diabetes currently affects 26 million Americans. Profits from the sale of Invokana are expected to earn Johnson & Johnson over $1 billion. The Environmental Protection Agency has proposed requiring stricter standards on the amount of sulfur in U.S. gasoline. They also want stricter standards on pollution emitted by vehicles. The proposal is being backed by environmentalists, state regulators, and even automobile companies. Opponents say the costs to upgrade oil refineries are too significant. The proposal suggests reducing the amount of sulfur in gasoline by 2/3. Sulfur lowers the effectiveness of catalytic converters on vehicles, which ultimately amounts to greater tailpipe emissions. Nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxide, fine particles, and volatile organic compounds all help to produce smog and soot. These types of emissions floating in the atmosphere contribute to respiratory and heart disease. The EPA says that these new implementations would help avoid up to 2,400 premature deaths per year and 23,000 cases of respiratory ailments in children when fully in place. They went on to say that when this new rule is fully engaged, it will be comparable to taking 33 million cars off the road, cutting smog-forming volatile organic compounds and nitrogen oxides by 80%, reducing soot by 70%, and will produce $23 billion in annual health benefits by the year 2030. And now here's Farzan on location with the directors of the Tunnel of Oppression.
Hi, this is Farzan Faramarzi reporting news for UTP Boise State University. Today is February 12th. Here with me is Sarah Church and Mario, co-directors of Tunnel of Oppression. Hi Sarah, hi Mario.
Hi.
So, Sarah, tell us about the Tunnel of Oppression and the benefit of Tunnel of Oppression for Boise State students.
Okay. Well, Tunnel of Oppression has been here for 8 years, and it's basically an interactive theater where the audience walks through different theaters designed to show you what oppression is like. Basically puts you in the shoes of somebody who feels oppressed. Basically humanizes the process, the feeling, the experience. And the reason why it's important for students to experience tunnel oppression is, one, it takes you deeper into your university experience. It's going to give you a different perspective, that's for sure. And it also, it's a very transformative process. Once students are involved in it, and whether they act or write or design scenes, they want more. If you're lucky enough to become involved in it, you keep coming back for more. And it's a pretty tight-knit group. It's almost a family after the tunnel is done.
Okay, really good. So, Mario, would you please tell us about what's your message for Boise State students, and what would you like the students take away from this experience?
Okay. I think the message for like Boise State students, is to actually come to the tunnel of oppression, because I think the tunnel speaks to very different experiences, that's from different backgrounds of different students, and going through the tunnel will help you understand maybe what your gay friend goes through, maybe what your black friend has gone through. You may have a black friend, but do you understand what policies impact your friend, or what kind of treatment he or she gets in the supermarket? So so tunnel really highlights these realities and experiences of inequality for students, because we have a very diverse student population, and diverse populations means a diverse set of experiences. And so my message for students is come on through, and it's a way to really expose yourself to different parts of different perspectives you may have never thought or considered. It's part, and this is the perfect chance as when you're in a university to get that experience, to get that plurality of perspectives before while you get a chance and ground yourself as a person. And so for I think that's sort of answering your second question, what I'd like students to take away is that understanding that these experiences, these theaters, they're not just skits or theaters. These are real experiences. They're based on real stories and real statistics and evidence. And so we really encourage people to start thinking even more critically than just like what they think things are, and understand where people are coming from, as well as where they come from as well, and how do you navigate this world. And so
Okay, so you mentioned the diversity. I wanted to know how the tunnel of oppression helps the diversity on campus.
It speaks to the experiences of very diverse groups that perhaps other programs that are geared towards traditional students don't necessarily speak to, and allows students to, students from diverse backgrounds, like a hook from which they can voice their perspectives and where they come from, their culture, maybe their background, and even their own experiences. So it helps foment this space where people from many diverse perspectives and voices can come together, and really, shows that complexity of having so many diverse populations on campus.
Okay, right. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Mario. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For Boise State University, this is Farzan Faramarzi.
Thank you, Farzan. And now, here's Morgan Hurley.
Thanks, Nicole. Last Wednesday, a northern Idaho man charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder has waived his right to a preliminary hearing, meaning that prosecutors will not have to prove that there is enough evidence to move on to a trial. 27-year-old Jeremy Keith Swanson stabbed his pregnant wife on December 18th in Sandpoint, Idaho. Swanson told authorities that he was aware that his also 27-year-old wife was 15 months pregnant when he stabbed her to death. The couple's 20-month-old daughter was also in the home at the time, but was not harmed. 7,000 dentistry patients in Tulsa, Oklahoma are receiving letters urging them to get tested for HIV and hepatitis after an investigation found unsanitary conditions at Dr. Scott Harrington's office. Harrington surrendered his license on March 20th after health investigators found sterilization and staffing infractions. The violations included instruments that were not properly cleaned, a missing inventory log for the drug cabinet, incorrect morphine records, and dental assistants without permits. The dentistry board was originally notified after one of his patients with no known risk factors came back positive for hepatitis C. Harrington started practicing dentistry over 35 years ago and is now facing potential criminal charges. This has been Morgan Hurley with UTP News.
Thank you, Morgan. For UTP News, this is Nicole Pineda signing out. Have a great day.